Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Drunk Tank Podcast 2010. Broadcasting these shows that'll never end. Got Burnie, Jeff, Joel, Gus, and even Jack. They be all in one room, man, that shit's whack. Talking about rendezvous like that spicy sauce. Or waiting 10 minutes talking about loss. Gus getting angry over Jack's shit. But Jack's backed up by his bro, the Skits. New themes each week, man, they all rock. Yet I wonder what happened to Teresa Bach. Drunk Tank Podcast, enough's been said. Hey, Burnie, by the way, can you guess this beat fed? Achievement unlocked, bitch.
Oh my god.
Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast.
That was fantastic.
That kid is awesome.
That needs to be at the end of an 80s movie.
Oh my god.
I think that might be the second entry he's had.
Really?
What's his name?
Dark Crad 14.
Crad 14. Yeah, of course.
Awesomest person ever.
Yeah, he said he did the theme for number 21 as well. And here he is. He's dropping his new one.
He dropping it like it's hot.
That was pretty awesome. Kudos, sir.
Yeah, good job, man.
I'd give him I should make sure he's got my award. So how's everyone doing? This is one of our final podcasts in this building, hopefully.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, probably our second to final podcast, right?
Yeah.
Next week will be our final podcast.
I'm excited.
I refuse to put a number on it, especially after yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Do you want to talk about yesterday?
I would love to talk about yesterday.
Let's talk about it.
So nothing is better on a Monday when you're building a new building than having a fire in that new building.
In the fire's defense, it was outside the building.
It was on the premises. That's important.
But the fire department had to come, and they turned off, they cut the power to the building.
Right. Well, that's because the power cut itself, because the transformer on the pole, I guess it just exploded, and then it rained electric fire down onto the front lawn, which in August is not that nice. It's not green grass. It was kind of dry.
Look at it like this, though. That is probably not going to happen to us twice. So at least they got it out of the way while we weren't there.
Electric fire rain rarely strikes twice.
Yeah,
that's how the saying goes, right?
Yeah.
It's like I've been playing StarCraft. I thought, what's the upgrade you need to electrify your fire?
It makes me think of Tesla coils from Command & Conquer way back in the day.
You have electricity and fire. Like if they could mix in like poison or ice at the same time, that'd be the ultimate power up for that transformer. But our transformer transformed into a raining fire death instead of a nice car or a jam box. But it was like a comedy of errors. Just what's the chance of something happening? Also, at that precise moment, the plumber was there finishing his job. He had shut off all the water to the building.
Oh, no shit? I didn't hear that.
So they're running around with fire hoses. That must have been like out of a cartoon. They turn on the fire hose and it just goes like, you know, a little bit of dust.
A little dust pops out, yeah.
Yeah, a fly.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
And so they, thankfully, they ran inside and got the fire extinguishers, which we needed to pass our fire inspection. And so now we had to delay the fire inspection because we had a fire.
Did they set up like a bucket brigade,
it sounds like a
Keystone Cop style?
Yeah, it sounds like an episode of Three Stooges.
Like running around, throw a bucket of confetti on it. They're like, ah.
Let me ask you a question.
Were the Harlem Globetrotters there?
The bike rack okay?
The bike rack is fine.
Okay, good.
And so is the
then we're good.
ADA compliant kitchen countertop.
I think the bike rack was first and foremost in everyone's concerns. Our prayers are with it.
Thank you, Christ. And thank you, City of Austin, for
really
reminding us we
rack.
needed a bike rack.
Well, in the City of Austin's defense, if we had a wind farm for our electricity, as opposed to the city-provided electric.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute, wasn't this their fucking fault anyway?
It was. It was on what I heard a discussion on which it was determined it was on the city's side of the pole. Oh. I don't know what that means.
But it means they foot the bill to fix it.
It's probably way less expensive to fix than if it's on your side of the pole.
Do you have any illusions that if their exploding transformer, which we all agree was on their side of the pole, had caught the building on fire, that we would not still be responsible for the building?
Well, that's why you have insurance, right?
Right, that's why we have insurance.
We do have insurance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called fire extinguishers.
It's called moving fast. It's called hustle. But no, we have actually the way it works, if you really want to know, is during construction, there's insurance provided by the construction company, and then we also additionally have insurance on the property and the improvements, and the building is the improvement in this case.
I see.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
But long story short, bike rack's okay, building's okay.
we're still moving sometime.
Monday, not so good. I lost my Monday.
Yeah.
And thank you to Brandon, who stepped up while I was running around putting out fires. He stepped up and put the episode out, which was really nice.
That is nice.
Brendan's a good guy, despite all the shit we talk about him.
No, I like him a lot, dude.
What do we say about
He's not listening
Brandon?
to this.
Well, he's got less than stellar personal hygiene and the things that we always talk about.
Do you want to fabricate like any felonies or anything like that? that Brandon's done?
I guess we should maybe take this time to recognize we have a special guest in here with us.
We do. A
We
very
have-
quiet guest.
What's up, guest? Jesse, you there?
Yes, this is Jess Kid, aka Guest.
You're sitting right behind me. So
I'm very shy. Well, I'm staring at. I'm in the dunce cap position. They put me against the wall, so I can't see anybody but these giant fighting robots in the wall. So I stare at them as if they're talking. It's a little odd.
That's where Jack normally sits, but he freed himself this week.
Yeah, he kind of got the prime spot where he can stare at everybody.
I advanced to the floor.
See, that's one of the things I'm going to look forward to moving out of this office about. Like, we're all crammed into a room where we've had to turn down the lights because it's so hot.
There was actually a discussion before the podcast started. There's like an 80 decibel fan. It's literally a blower, and it was blowing on all of us. And Gus, who has to edit the podcast, said, "Let's just go ahead and leave it on. It's fine. You can barely hear it."
We can run a filter on it.
I can attest that no one in this room is currently getting a blowjob from that fan. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's not our fluffer fan after our blower fan.
It sucks.
Why
So-
are you touching me, Jack?
Because you're stepping on a cable.
And why are you touching me, Jack?
Because you're pulling. All right. Gus, have fun with that.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, you guys should have a visual fight. So we've known Jess Kid, Jesse Cowell. Now we've known Jesse for how long? 6 years?
I think it's been about 6 years since I stumbled across your site and said, "Oh my God, please love me" for the next 6 years.
And
Yeah.
Jess Kid has consistently been the most watched member of our community site.
I would agree with that.
So out of 800,000 people and growing, it filters down to essentially Jess Kid.
I still can't understand how that happened, and there are kids in high school who are still angry that I ever became popular at anything. They thought I would always be the nerd that they pushed to the ground continuously every day. How dare you?
That watch feature, when we implemented it on the site, was a pretty big deal. And that was essentially where you could get alerted anytime this user did anything, whenever they made a journal or whenever they made a new forum post. It wouldn't tell you every time it wouldn't make a thing every time they commented on a video or made a reply on a forum page, but it was basically, if you wanted to keep up with this person, you would watch them. Essentially like following on Twitter. Except 5 years earlier and patented. Oh, speaking of which, we actually did cross a milestone as a company.
What did we?
Oh,
We now have a registered trademark.
Oh, did we get our trademark?
Rooster Teeth is officially registered, so now all of our TMs have to turn those little R's with the circles.
Big ups, dude! Congratulations.
What is
That's been like a 4-year ordeal, right?
Yeah,
So if I scribble Rooster Teeth on a wall, is that like a trademark violation?
it would be. It's an important part of the business economy in this country, is those two words put together, and that you will understand what they mean.
I know what they mean, but I'm not sure. Like, how does your value change with a trademark?
Well, one of the big things is because we put the logo on clothing and that kind of thing, we just have to protect the rights for it. I don't want to get too much into it, but people can make a lot of merchandise, and it makes it a lot easier if you have a registered trademark.
So I can't sell my scribbled on Rooster Teeth clothing anymore.
that's right, bitches.
And plus, it's fucking awesome.
We're legit.
Raise your hand if you're trademarked.
I can't even.
I don't have my hand out. It sucks balls.
I don't even remember how the discussion started that we should do that. It just seemed like
I think
something.
the discussion started a long time. I think it might have even predated the Buda office.
It was season 2. We
Yeah.
started talking about
Well, we actually have been working on it for about 3 years. It takes a while because you have to answer protests from other people.
it. Were there a lot of protests?
There was a couple protests.
Really?
There was a couple people who protested our use of roosters on clothing. That was
Really?
a protest. Yeah.
Why?
How'd those protests go for them?
I don't know why. Maybe they just didn't like roosters.
They're going to be writing
very well, you jealous motherfuckers.
They're going to be writing some checks now.
It's
that's
it's mainly just from people who want to avoid confusion, which makes sense.
So anytime Foghorn Leghorn's on a T-shirt, that's our shit.
No,
right?
that's not the way it works. It's very, very specific. Like, you have to turn in almost like architectural drawings of your logo and say, this is exactly what we want to do.
Who drew that logo originally?
It was actually a gentleman by the name of Ben McSweeney,
Great dude.
who is also, years later, the guy who then animated the Red versus Blue animated piece that we've shown someplace.
Which is on the Reconstruction DVD.
To me, the crazy part of that story, Jesse, is how we met the guy. Because for the first 4 episodes of Red vs. Blue, maybe even 6, we had pictures of a rooster and a picture of teeth, like chattering teeth.
Yeah.
It was like a metal
wind chime
rooster
kind of thing.
It was a
Like
wind
vane.
vane.
Vane, yeah.
Yeah.
Weather vane.
Weather vane, that's what it is. Yeah. And so we had that, and then I thought, well, we can't keep if we're going to put this on a DVD, and it was clear we were going to at that time, I said, we can't use these pictures. We got to come up with our own logo. So I went out on the old forums, the PHPBB forums, and I found a user who had his own hand-drawn avatar. And so I said, hey, did you draw your avatar? He goes, yes, I did. I'm an artist. I said, would you mind drawing us a logo for Rooster Teeth? And I just want a rooster and teeth, just like it is now, but it needs to be drawn. And he said, sure. And I said, now charge appropriately because we're going to put this on DVDs and T-shirts and everything else. And so he did. And then 5 years later, we hired his company to do that animated piece. So it's weird the way things work out.
And every once in a while we run into him, like at events or something, and he'll say, hey, can I please redraw that logo? There's a couple of imperfections that have been bothering me in it for the last 7 years, and I'll do it for free. I just don't want to look at it anymore. And we're like, absolutely not, sir.
It kills him that it's not symmetrical. That's the one thing he always says. Like, it's not symmetrical if you redo it.
No, it's totally fine. Looks great.
And we run into that sometimes when we're trying to put the logo somewhere that's not quite symmetrical.
Sure.
But if you change one little thing about it, we would notice it and it would kill us.
Yep. I always thought it was pretty cool that you guys would draw talent from your community, and obviously you did that with Luke McKay because he was drawing all kinds of Halo-inspired stuff early on, and several other people. And it just seems like such a good place to get talent from, like in your backyard, because you've sat with them for a couple of years. What's it like when you first meet the people from the site that you think are pretty talented?
Is he interviewing us?
I am. I'm curious. These are questions I've always wanted to ask, and now I have a good forum. I couldn't ask it over fucking lunch. You'd be like, "You douche! What are you asking me personal questions?"
Shut up and
for?
eat your Chipotle.
Yeah, now it's
Especially if you did it in that voice, right?
One of the best things about drawing people from the community like that is that they already understand the rest of the community and what the company does, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember back when
see, my fucking question is good, you cocksuckers. Please continue.
We were in the gap between Blake and Matt and Ben. When we had that dead period where we were looking for a developer, we interviewed a ton of developers. And I say we, I mean mostly Burnie and Gus.
Blake and Matt would be Corporate Green.
Corporate Green, the CG guys from the first community site. And I remember you guys having to constantly try to explain to people what a community site was, what our site was, and people just couldn't get it. And it became very clear that we couldn't. It's very hard to work with people who don't understand our core business.
It was
the proposals we got back were so strange.
Yeah, just bizarre.
Well, when we launched the community site, if you think about it too, like back in time, it was before Facebook existed. And
No. Facebook was there.
Facebook? Okay.
Facebook was there. Yeah.
Facebook was university only then at that point.
I think Facebook started in
2001 or I think.
And MySpace was still pretty new, I think. So people really there really wasn't this big social media push.
It was, we started right around the, right around the time Friendster started to get popular.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. But those other ones were there. They just weren't. I remember I was at a poker game and a guy told me, this MySpace thing, when we started to get big, he goes, I could code that site in about 5 seconds. It's just cold fusion. That's it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's not what people like about it. They don't go there because they really like the design. It's just everybody's on it. It's got gravity.
It's interesting which ones took off because there used to be so many of them.
What the fuck is Bebo?
I still don't get that. I think
Bebo's
it's big in Europe,
really popular in Europe.
It's like that David Hasselhoff thing. Like, you just don't understand it, but it's big in Europe.
When we were in the Netherlands, you and I, Burnie, last year, when we were in Amsterdam, I remember Norja, our excellent tour guide. I was talking to her about community sites, and she said nobody in that part of the world used MySpace or even knew what Facebook was. It was all Bebo.
Bebo.
Bebo
is our
Bebo. Bebo's our
Longhorn
cow.
mascot.
And then, of course, there's other weird ones like Orkut is in Brazil.
Yeah, Orkut's really big in Brazil and nowhere else.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for us to say, and therefore we don't want to use it.
Orkut. But I remember back in the day, it was like Friendster and Makeout Club and Lipstick and Cigarettes.
Were you on Makeout Club? Was there a Makeout Club?
Yeah.
Makeout Club, yeah.
Who here's tried Match.com ever? Quiet?
Nah, we were all married, I think.
Yeah, I think we were all married.
Oh,
I've been married
haven't.
for the past 15 years.
So we've all just used Adult Friend Finder. That's pretty much it. And Craigslist.
And how is it that you guys always seem to know so much about the flashlight? I've always wanted to ask.
Had one for a while.
Well, let's not. We don't know. Allegedly,
he told me he did. He was really excited about it.
he told you. He didn't tell the podcast listeners.
Oh, whatever.
You used to take it on trips with him.
Yeah, he used to brag about it.
Listen, everything I told you is not open game for that microphone. Just so you know.
Is it a flashlight? Is that like a flashlight that you basically
put your dick in?
Yeah. Put it, yeah.
It's a very friendly flashlight.
Yeah, it's like shaking hands a lot.
I don't a really thick.
Said ultimately it wasn't worth it because it was too much cleanup.
Oh,
which is like the grossest thing to think about.
Oh.
All right.
Cheaping.
So
Everybody calm down.
Yeah.
Everybody just take it a little bit easy.
I think we've just generated like $1,000 in clicks for Fleshlight, which is awesome.
This episode brought to you by Fleshlight.
No, let's not
Please,
do that.
God.
No, no.
There'll be a lot of cleaning needed after. It's disgusting.
But we had a version of the site in there that we developed all the way up to beta, and that took, I think, 15 months, Gus? Am I right?
It was close to a year and a half, I think.
And we scrapped it. We just
threw the entire site away.
Well, we just throw it away. It's in my locker.
Yeah, it exists on a DVD in your locker.
great point, Gus.
You can come see it if you want. I'll let you log in.
I can go hang out with it. Yeah, I have all the invoices archived too.
That was painful. The scrapping that. It's really difficult to do.
Cannot be afraid to do that. Sometimes when you start heading down a road, you just don't know until you're 6 or 7 months in that, oh shit, we're on the wrong road.
Yeah.
And then we tried to make it work for a while, and it was just bad.
I remember that was Nathan's entire life for like a year. Was him in that big green spreadsheet that had the green and the yellow blocks
The
on
bugs,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went through it, and then we showed it to some of the higher end users. Jess, did you ever see that intermediate site?
I must have. I mean, so you switch from the PHP boards to the intermediate?
No. It's when
The 1.5 site?
No. It was we had the current site in place, and we were going to switch to something new, in an effort to just keep it fresh.
We showed it at RVBTO one year, maybe back in
I heard about it.
06.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And
I think I got a beta pass to it, and it looked like everything in the kitchen sink was in there, and I was
That's
confused.
a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking stupid, but I would never have said that to you because I was a lot nicer back then until I came met you in person, and I realized that it would not offend you, I think.
It would have been very helpful, and it would have saved us a lot of
It was
money.
fucking stupid, and I'm like, these guys are throwing their careers down the toilets. No, I didn't say any of that or think it. But it was too much. And I really like the simplicity of the site now. I think it's still, in some ways, superior to Facebook. I think that not having everything live updating is kind of nice. And being able to say, I haven't checked in on somebody for a while, it's good. I thought the biggest change you guys made was the change in the economy. And that was, I think, the most interesting thing about the original site was that no site had any sort of like currency to it. And you introduced something, and users started to compete for a currency that was virtual, almost like a Second Life, but in a social sense. And it was really cool. And I know you've made some shifts to it. But I thought that was probably the biggest innovation.
If only the bigger innovation would have been to charge people for mod points.
No, I think the
You
bigger...
could have, because that could have.
microtransaction.
But that's what they do for like a Mafia Wars and stuff. You really could have made a killing on it.
But yeah, but it just destroyed a lot of what people were doing. Was just they were fighting for mod points, or they were faking it, and that was the big deal. And it became a major issue of like, you guys have got to police the system, and you have to. It's like, it's just for interaction, for telling people you like stuff. It's like, no, I need more points. Like, nobody can see your points.
Yeah,
What
do you care?
That's why back then we had like 15 mods, and all they did was manage that and catch people mod cheating constantly, and that was like it would make people incense. It's like we're doing something else around here. We're not doing that. And it was like the point of the mod system. You talk about it like a currency. That's not what it was. It was like a weird side thing that happened that we never anticipated. It was a thing that the people were supposed to be able to say. Instead of commenting and saying, I really like what you just said, they could just +1 the comment. And they could say +1 cool, +1 funny, or -1 lame. And then they're called mod points because they were supposed to help moderate the site. Right. But nobody ever used them like that either. They're just.
But eventually they did become currency when you guys started putting the most modded users on the front page.
We still have that, though.
Do you?
That was who got modded, not who got mod points. That was who got modded.
Right.
So you had to give them to people.
The most positive contributor to the site, in a way.
Exactly.
Because the person who received the most positive mods. You can think of it, I guess, now in retrospect, looking back at it, it's almost like a Facebook-like, but with more attributes assigned to it, and with also a dislike side of the attribute as well.
Right. Yeah. You can tell you dislike something and it drops down.
But positive or negative, and then for a more specific reason.
You get a lot of like little wars. You'd have whole battles fought over who dropped that mod bomb on me. What do they call it when somebody would hit you with like 300 negative points or something? There was some
and
word
then people get infuriated.
Oh, it'd be the end of their lives because they get so invested in this number as if it represented. For me, to be watched was like very nice. I didn't really care about the numbers. I was really glad you switched it over to the simpler +1, -1 kind of thing. You get one vote. I think people were sort of hoarding and cheating, and it was weird. But it formed a sort of really interesting culture, I thought, at the time.
Well, I'll tell you a great example of how the new system is so much better is that if you go back and just go back and look at one of my journals, because my journal, a lot of people end up on it, right? If you go back 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, one of my journals might have 5 mods, like 5+ mods on it, or 10. Now there's like 350.
And that's awesome.
That was the point of it.
Right. Or you would have a journal that had 500 mods, and it didn't mean anything to you because it could have literally been like Finch Lynch really thought it was funny and gave you 500 mods.
Right.
It could have been one person.
The number meant nothing.
The number meant nothing. And now it's like, 350 people like your journal.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I like the fact that I can check, too, because I feel like I can go see who it is that actually liked what I did. I love to be able to check my history on that. I thought it was a great addition.
Yeah, well, actually, that's turned off right now because of performance issues.
But kind of turned out. It's just trimmed. It's the word I like to use.
It's turned down. It's like right now. It's kind of paused.
Before it was all think about every mod point ever given on the site for everyone was all in one giant table. It was like ones and zeros, just this enormously long string, and it just became a little unruly.
I wonder how many mod points that is. Do you have any concept for how many mod points have been given?
I could tell you. I'd have to look into it.
Well, the economy got up to 12 trillion points.
You even had a name for it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The economy.
What I think is really interesting is you guys were dealing with sort of the privacy issues of Facebook before Facebook when you installed that the view history thing. What do you call that?
View log.
View log, yeah.
Right. So you could really sort of check up on where somebody had gone or not gone, and that was sort of Facebook before Facebook.
You could check up on what people had done publicly.
Yeah, and that's why I never thought it was a big deal.
Right.
Because it's something I was doing publicly anyway.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't check and see like he messaged so and so or something like that. It was just
right, or he made a friends only journal.
You could, and that's actually
or he hooked up with that girl that was really a dude. Sorry,
and that actually wasn't that new a feature. PHPBB had a user log in it where you could see where someone had posted, and so if you were posting with someone, you could see where they go. So it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, but I remember Jess. I remember you actually talked to me about that. Like you were really concerned about e-stalkers, and and people were talking to me. I'm worried about e-stalkers.
I encourage e-stalkers nowadays because I'm desperate for attention.
Right.
Please continue. Back then, I was probably a little different.
And that's why I remember asking, like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know who are the people that are e-stalking people on the site. What does that mean? And
plus, it's information you're putting out there publicly anyway.
Well, I think it was all a growing process for the web too. I think that none of us really knew how to deal with these new issues of you're not used to going around and having somebody be able to track who you've talked to. It's just odd at first, but then you realize that this is public, and what I say here is part of a larger record, and you just got to kind of get rid of the idea of privacy.
Well, I didn't understand. Like, you were one of the people who didn't like it. What was different from view log versus watch? Because watch when you put up an image, they could see it, and when they put up a journal, they could see it.
I think the big difference is. Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to ask for you. Go ahead.
No, I feel like one is one I'm broadcasting intentionally. One I'm saying. I mean, I guess I can be sort of selective sometimes. I try to be very open, but I can be selective. So one I'm choosing to send to a lot of people. One I'm directing towards one person. And I understand that other people come across their profile, they can see it too, but it's really sort of a narrow message. And I felt maybe at the time, it's hard to go back, that narrow message was sort of being broadcasted by that link button.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're talking about personal comments when you would leave.
Correct.
For people who on our site, that's our equivalent of our wall, essentially.
Right. It's just kind of, and Facebook does it too, and I think you just get kind of used to it. But it's kind of weird. Like, I left a message for somebody somewhere, and I know it's in their part of whatever the e-world or the world, and that somebody else can follow that and sort of get involved in something that really wasn't directed towards them, and maybe they're not even part of that crowd, and then comment on that. I still find that kind of odd.
The other thing, too, is that you also have to consider the fact that we talk about this when we're designing the site, is that our experience on the site, I mean the staff members of Rooster Teeth, is entirely different from everybody else. If we design features that we use, most people don't have a use for those. Because
absolutely,
our level of use on that site is totally different. People, like, we deal with a lot of people wanting to talk in our personal comments and like that. For most people on the site, they're trying to meet other people. They're trying to start relationships. And you, as a most watched member on the entire site, people are watching out for what you do. So your experience on the site totally different than the average user's experience.
Yeah, let me tell you something about being that most watched thing. It always strikes me as sort of odd hearing it because it sort of connotates an arrogance that I've never been really comfortable with just by the title itself. I mean, I like the fact that a lot of people participate in what I do, but I feel at the same time that it makes you seem like you think you're something because you have some title that just seemed to happen because you did stuff that people were interested in. And I don't know, I've always been sort of sensitive about coming across as anything but being very humble about that.
No, you're a super douche.
Well, yeah, but only, here at Rooster Teeth Productions. I started that fucking electrical fire. So cross me again, and see what happens.
So why are you wearing that most watched T-shirt? That's what I'm Did you make that yourself?
Well, I had to trade my highest karma level underwear in to get this most watched T-shirt. No, I lost that karma thing years ago and I gave it up.
In the discussion about, we go back to this e-mod and me change, where instead of having you couldn't mod something. The other flip side of that mod economy thing was when you ran out of mod points, you couldn't mod something anymore.
You had to get more, right? Somebody had to give them back to you, right?
Or you had to use the site for a while and it would build them up for you.
That was our thought at the time, was it would encourage you to make a journal or do something that people would mod, so then you would then get mod points for it.
It obviously worked, right? I mean, it worked. It just got out of control.
And that you would spend them judiciously because they took work to get.
Right. But then people just started banking them.
Yep. And so one of the things we talked about to replace it, I remember one of the other users came up. No one could make a really argument for keeping them. It was just that they're here.
Well, people who didn't want to lose them, those were the ones who argued the most, I think.
The people who were cheating and breaking...
Basically,
not cheating, but the people who were breaking the system wanted to keep it
I want to point this out, too. It's almost like... it's not even on the level like achievements on Xbox. I'm trying to think of how to equate it. It was a point total that you had, but nobody else knew you had it. Like, you were the only person who could see how many mod points you had. And they were meant so that you could mod other people. They weren't meant to be something you hoarded like a point system where you got higher. That was your karma level.
Right.
So this was a bank of points you had to give to other people. But then people tried to get them as high as possible because it's a number. They tried to raise it as high as possible, which meant they were actively not modding other people. And then what they were doing is saving them up and bombing someone's account.
Well, yeah, they pool them. They get like a group of 6, nasty little bastards. And if you can hear this, you know who you are. They'd pull them together, and then they'd go after some user they didn't like or didn't, like their pictures or whatever, and they just do it to make them feel small. So it was being used as a really sort of cruel tactic.
Like someone would say, "Here's my new dog," and they give it negative 800
yeah,
mods,
right?
Just because they were.
And you'd have like a flame
dog.
War, yeah. Well.
Dude, that dog was a douche.
I hated
well,
that
one of the one argument I heard that was pro mod points that I liked was Invisible Pen said, if someone really made me laugh that day, I give them 5, and there's no point to it. I just felt like I was doing something more, and it was just for the lulls.
And I will say that like when I would release something that I really cared about, and then somebody would just boost it to like 2,000 mod points, it felt really good. Because you knew that because you couldn't just say add 500, you had to do it one at a time. So you knew somebody sat at their computer for like an hour and a half saying, "Man, I really fucking love it."
You could write a JavaScript.
So,
to do
but
that.
Doesn't it bother you just when you put something out and you get 2,000 mods, and you're like, who did this? Did one person do it, or did 2,000 people do it?
Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I always liked the fact that people would get my journal updates more than these points. But they were nice in a way for that one time because, what I do requires getting attention just like, any sort of small company out there. And there was a small time when you were the most modded, you would appear on the front page as the 3 most modded members. So it actually had value because I would get more attention by being on the front page and more people would, get to watch the stuff that I did. So, I mean, there was a reason in the system that I liked it. But as far as getting the points, did they mean anything? Not really.
Yeah, we had to take people off the front page, too, because that was a thing that, you could be – it was still the same thing. You're talking about 2 different things. You can still be the most modded member on the site. That still exists on the site.
Right.
But the mod economy was how the mod points were given out. Now the mod points are given out, whereas if you ended up on the front page, everyone on the site likes this thing, as opposed to like – I have a buddy who has 5,000 points,
correct,
and he pounded, my journal entry with 5,000 points, and so now I'm on the front page. That has no value.
Right.
We're trying to protect the value of that.
Yeah, one's a legitimate appearance on the front page, and the other one's just power level.
We know you and your buddies like your thing. We get that. You know what I mean? But the other part of it too is that with the putting users on the front page is that. I mean, that's a classic example of a couple bad apples. I mean, it's just like they get on the front page and they change their avatar picture to cocks. And it's like, guess what? We can't have pictures of cocks on our front page.
That was a sad day.
That was pretty sad.
Do you remember what I put on the front page? I bet you do, Bernie. That was sort of borderline early on.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so here's how...
Oh, you switched your picture to a girl, right?
Yeah, well, here's what I did. And, is it unethical? I don't know. I wanted to have people watch the stuff that I created as well, and I was going on the internet showing it, and I really loved the Rooster Teeth community. And so they would put me on the front page, and I decided that the thing that would get most people to come through to my profile would be to put this girl against a brick wall who was just far enough away that she seemed like she could have been attractive, but the only way to find out was to click that little icon and see her come up. And it was like a trap almost. They would come through, and I said, if you clicked on this girl's picture, you're stupid. Right? It was like sort of ironic. I acknowledged the fact that it was ridiculous they were coming through, and then I shared with what I did. But I know it was like that, putting that cheap little porn picture to get people through the door, and I apologize for anybody.
I forgot
who
about
thought,
that.
That's a good way to get
check.
followers, telling them they're stupid.
Well, I know, but at least it's ironic. I'm embracing them with the sort of humor and saying, if you clicked on it, I mean, we all know by clicking through on a hot chick and it's not the hot chick, you've sort of fooled yourself. You know, you shouldn't have been clicking on it in the first place.
It's what every video on YouTube does.
Yeah, basically.
You know?
I mean, you guys did it recently as a joke too.
That was part of the video, making fun of that, and so
Right.
we did it. And our comments are filled with people like mad at us. And it's like it's part of the video.
It's a joke.
That's
dude.
the point. That's the point of it, is to point out how ridiculous it is.
They were also mad about the YouTube annotations they could not turn off.
Yeah, because we
I love
flooded it
that.
with annotations.
Love it.
We were making fun of all the stupid stuff that people do. I mean, that's what the purpose of the video was to do.
I actually I made my new movie. I was working on it, and I saw this video saying all the stupid shit that people do, and I'm like, I do like 6 of the 10 things on that list. I was so ashamed. I really almost erased my hard drive.
Did you upgrade from Windows Movie Maker?
I didn't. I use iMovie, thank you. No, I don't use either.
We're talking about the what's it called? The
How to make a successful online video?
how to make a successful, which in itself is funny because people always make those videos, like how to make a successful online video. It's like you made 2 videos. Why don't you make another video? Don't. Everybody goes into tutorial mode immediately.
This one's the end all be all.
When is that going to be a For Dummies book? That's what I want to know. How to make a web video for dummies.
Dude, I'm sure it is.
It probably already is, yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Web series, Lonely Girl 15 for Dummies.
Jesus. No offense, Lonely Girl. I think I've met her. No, I stood next to her. It was quite an honor. I say that with a lot of dry sarcasm.
Oh, do you really? You want to air some grievances here?
No, I don't
those
know
guys
her.
are very quietly smart.
Oh, I've
They're
actually met them.
brilliant dudes.
I don't know the girl at all. But the dudes, I've met them both. I think Miles and this other guy, and they're really smart and they're very savvy. And they're actually pretty good filmmakers. So I take nothing from them. It's sort of the YouTube phenomena that gets me.
You can kind of read between the lines on those guys, and I think they were making a ton of money.
You know, I saw. It's funny you
You
say
always tell
that.
the guys who are because they're the quiet.
because they're quiet. Yeah,
I saw an article on BusinessInsider.com this past week ranking people, like YouTube partners that they suspect make over $100,000 a year, and they tried to run the numbers on these people, estimating a CPM and the number of views they get, and trying to estimate how much money.
how
these people make.
funny was that?
It was pretty awesome.
Who do you think the top money-making YouTube user is? I'm going to go with Shane Dawson.
Probably is now.
Shane Dawson or Phil or
Who was it? Was it the
Carly, Carl, or you Carl, what the fuck that is.
No, I think or that or the. You just look at view counters. That's all
it's
that matters.
probably the Annoying Orange.
It's probably Annoying Orange, like in a short-term basis. Yeah.
That thing is
Business
killing.
Insider put Shane Dawson as number 1 and Annoying Orange as number 2.
Yeah.
If anybody's curious.
Or that Ray William Johnson dude.
How much money do they think the Annoying Orange is making?
They think the Annoying Orange is making $288,000
So how do you guys
A year?
We're in the Guinness Book of World Records for making.
Come on.
What was that? Whatever number they came up with.
So how do you guys feel about videos like that?
Business Insider's
I've always been curious.
not very inside.
Yeah, Jesse, what do we think about videos like that? Our whole thing is if it has a lot of views, they're doing something that people identify with, and everybody does something different. That's what's cool about the internet. And there's people who do really different stuff. Like we'll work our ass off on a video for a week, or in some cases 3 or 4 months, and we'll put it out because that's what we do. We do narrative stuff. But then some guy will wake up in the morning, look at a camera, and he'll get twice the amount of views that we will. And he'll get it in 15 minutes, you know what I mean? Because of just 15 minutes of production time of just talking into the camera and telling you about his day. But what that guy does, it's a difficult skill. If everybody could do it, everybody would. What he does has value.
No, and it appeals to an audience. It's obvious. People get so upset, like, we'll use the Annoying Orange as an example. People get so upset that an Annoying Orange video has 30 million views and their video has like 100,000, but at the same time, a movie like Kick-Ass makes 30 million and White Girls makes 90 million.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it's the exact same thing across entertainment. It's just appealing to a broader audience.
Well, I don't have any issue with. I mean, I think it's different strokes for different folks, and you can't really take anything away. I think the annoying thing sometimes is when you see videos that are really one-offs, but in the end, it doesn't really benefit the creator anyway because nobody comes back for the second iteration of. And no offense to the guy out there, Chocolate Rain, the sequel. It just doesn't happen. But I think Angry Orange, they consistently produce content that people seem to like. I'm always curious if they'll do it again with a different format. As creators, but I certainly don't take anything away from them. I'm always just curious how other companies feel about it.
I think the most important thing is to recognize, for those people, is to recognize what your appeal is, right? and to honor that in a way. Like, this is, I recognize why people are watching my video, and I'm gonna do what I do to meet that expectation. Like you said, the Chocolate Rain guy, Tazon Day, right?
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, that guy, I have no idea who he is. He could be a fucking prick.
I met him twice. He sounds like that in real life.
I bet he does. But, here he does his song, and it's like, he is making a video. He is singing. So that's why he put it up. But people recognize something else in it. And he recognized what they liked about it. And he met that expectation. Like, he went on Jimmy Kimmel, and he did commercials and things like that. He kind of banked on the irony of the whole thing. That's smart. That's a good thing to do. We make fun of the David after the dentist guy. That guy was smart, and he paid for his kid's college.
Yeah, he probably did.
$150,000 he made.
The video was out there.
Is that what he made? $150,000?
It was $100,000 from YouTube, and I think in $50,000 from T-shirt sales, or reversed. I'm not sure. I went to the site and checked it out. And he seems like a smart, nice guy too.
I hope that money goes to that kid.
Well, I hope so too. You hope that, but it seems like it's his kid and all that stuff. I mean, he did tape his kid drugged up and put on YouTube. But once that was done, he did take advantage of the situation. And there are going to be people, and I was probably one of them when I first saw it, said, man, this seems really exploitive of that kid.
Right.
But I'm not going to be there in 18 years when that kid's going to college going, hey, man, I like the fact you didn't exploit your kid. Let me kick in some money for his college. I'm not going to be there. So I guess in that sense...
I wonder if you really did a search at like how many parents got their kids intentionally high to try to get those views.
Oh, jeez. No. I don't think I'm just saying.
God, that'd be terrible.
Wasn't there that whole thing where that woman just got arrested because she put up photos of her 2-year-old daughter holding a bong?
Yeah, that was in Florida.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are people...
She wasn't just holding the bong. She was like, she had her face first in it.
Face buried. That was someone in Houston, I think, called the cops in Florida and showed them that photo. It was an internet thing where, like, someone from a far-off land got someone arrested in another place.
So the issue is really, though, like, and me and Jack talked about this, like, when you put people like Snooki and et cetera on a pedestal for doing, like, really crazy shit, what kind of precedent are you setting for everybody else to try to achieve the same sort of comical effect, to try to get the same sense of fame, which 10 million, are not going to get it and one is? What does that do as sort of like, to everyone, to society?
I don't know that Snooki's on a pedestal, though. I think that we've realized in the last 20 years, with the way television's gone, that America is totally okay with pointing and laughing at people.
Yes. And
you can probably do okay to be pointed at and laughed at if that's what you want to do.
Right. I mean, the guy's going to make, we just read today, the Situation guy's going to make $5 million this year, make more than like a lot of major stars.
What's going to, sorry?
The Situation, the guy
one of the guys
abs
from Jersey Shore.
He's the other guy, yeah. So he's going to make $5 million this year, and he's going to make more than, Scarlett Johansson and a lot of like, top celebrities. So what does this say as far as like putting a precedent out there for people who are trying to make content?
It's just like
it says hit the gym.
Get those abs.
I want to be the calf guy. I want to be the guy that has like awesome calves. I don't know what I'd call it, the lower situation or something.
I think it's buy lottery tickets, right?
Yeah, because lottery tickets.
That's the same thing. I mean, it's like, maybe he'll do something with it, and that's a really good success story. But I mean, chances are he's just a guy who embodies something that's in the culture at that time.
I'll tell you what he'll do with it. He'll put out a music album at some point, and he will do appearances at parties for like $40,000, and he'll MC places, and he'll have a great life and be happy as hell doing that for the rest of his life.
And the sex tape.
Yeah, and the sex tape.
Yeah,
and maybe 3 years from now he'll have a sex tape, and nobody will remember him in 10 years, but it won't matter because he'll be living in a mansion.
Because he'll be remembering the fucking money he still has.
Yeah.
It's like a niche thing. Like, I go to the grocery store and I look at these gossip magazines. There's a lot of times I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Yeah. Reality TV shows have really fucked that up.
Yep.
You either can see Jennifer Aniston or somebody you don't recognize. That's who's on the cover of every gossip magazine.
Like The Situation.
I didn't know who that Heidi and Spencer were. I just didn't know who the fuck they were. And now she has a sex tape coming out.
Like, the thing that's crazy about that Jersey Shore, it's so popular that it's beating primetime network shows now.
Is it really?
MTV. Yeah, it's like supposedly the first time or one of the first times that a basic cable show has competed with network television.
Wow, I hadn't heard that.
And is trouncing it.
I mean, how far are we? You guys see the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So how far are we away from that, where like a guy getting kicked in the balls over and over and over is like entertainment?
Oh, you mean America's Funniest Home Videos?
I mean, yeah, it's been going on for 21 years, right?
Dude, I just discovered Wipeout. I can't stop watching it. It's just people getting hit in the head with foam.
That's because you got Hulu Plus, right?
I got Hulu Plus.
The pickings are slim, so you gotta take what you can get.
Angry Birds fucked me, so now I gotta find something else to do in the bathroom.
Have you seen Ninja Warrior?
Wait, what happened to Angry Birds?
I upgraded.
They had therapy. Now they're just disgruntled birds.
I plugged my iPhone into my laptop and backed it up, and then upgraded the new OS. And I lost my Angry Birds save file somehow. I even restored from backup, and it's just gone.
What?
I had one level left to 3-star in the entire game out of like 250 levels, and it's gone.
And I have 3 stars and everything, and I'm just going to show it off and endlessly here.
Do you normally sync to your laptop, or do you normally sync to another computer?
I normally sync to another computer, but I made a backup before, just in case.
I just want to say, for the record, PCs don't work. That's sarcasm, because that was Mac fail.
It was Mac fail.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's balancing it for us?
It sucked.
Yeah, that sucks.
But whatever.
Are you going to go back and re-3-star everything?
No, there's no way.
You can't waste the time on that.
There's no way. That's way too.
It was a waste of time the first time,
yeah.
But you did it because you felt the need to see those 3 stars and get that stupid golden egg. But now, I wouldn't do it either.
I was one level away from having all 14 golden eggs.
What is a golden egg?
It's like an Easter egg in the game.
Yeah.
And you got to find little golden eggs that are hidden around inside of Angry Birds.
And they never peel, but you get the sense that there's chocolate in those golden eggs, don't you?
You actually do.
Well, there's got to be, right?
They're great. They're like achievements or Avatar Awards, or they're very fun to find and catch.
Hey, did you see that? According to Alexa, which of course put an asterisk by it, YouTube is now the 3rd most visited site on the internet.
What's number 1?
It passed Yahoo.
It's Facebook number 1, right?
Oh, Facebook's up there now too.
Number 1's Google, number 2's Facebook.
Wow.
So number 3 is YouTube.
Number 3 is YouTube, and now number 4 is Yahoo.
But you can't really separate Google and Yahoo at all, because when you do a Google search for any video, like they pop up like conveniently in video format through Google. They're tied completely.
After Yahoo is Live.com, Baidu, Wikipedia, Blogger, MSN.com, and Twitter, rounding out the top 10.
What is Live? What do they do?
That's
Live is
Microsoft.
MSN.
Okay.
It's Hotmail now.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So yeah, YouTube moving up.
Yeah.
So Google has 2 of the top 3.
I'm sorry, on your list, was AOL on there anywhere?
No, AOL was not on there.
Well, you're laughing, but I mean, Yahoo's on there. Who goes to Yahoo?
Yeah, it's a great
speaking
question.
of which, on Yahoo follow-up, I think I read today that Yahoo has switched its search engine, like the back-end engine, over to Bing.
So is that true? Told me that Yahoo has stopped using Yahoo?
Yahoo is now powered by Bing.
Yahoo used to be powered by Google, didn't it?
Yes, Yahoo was powered by
Google.
So
what are they, just a news scraper now? They don't do anything else?
I guess they're trying to maybe promote themselves as a portal, like where you get your news and stuff like that. Yahoo still has one of the best finance sections of any website.
Yahoo News is a great site. I actually use it.
They also have a really good fantasy sports site.
Oh, yeah, I used to use that a lot, too.
Yeah, for sure.
We should do a fantasy football league here for the office.
Let's do it.
Fuck it. I hate that.
You hate that?
All right, so Bernie's in.
Bernie, let me guess. You hate cheering for both teams.
I hate cheering for players. I cheer for teams. You know what else I hate? I hate fucking point spreads. I hate that. For those of you who aren't aware of the scourge of fantasy football, it's where you build your own football team from players all across the league. And so, like, you have a receiver from the Packers and you have a quarterback from the Texans, and then you just watch the game to watch the performance of the player. It's the worst thing ever.
But it's sit there and watch Randall Cunningham tank your entire fucking season.
It's the best thing ever because you watch every single football game. Every single football game has some sort of importance to you.
It's live action. It's live action video game football. It's awesome.
I feel like we're getting dangerous.
No, fuck that. I want to end that. I want to end this fucking stigma we have against sports talk. We can talk about whatever we want.
Gus, what's up, man? Hey.
So we should do a fantasy sports league.
Absolutely.
Bernie can join if he wants to, but he does not obligate.
I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna join and pick a fucking team at random, and I'm never gonna trade anybody, and that's it. And I'm gonna be.
You just let it auto draft.
You can do that.
I'm going to let it auto draft. I don't even know what that means.
Gus, have you ever seen one of those negative leagues where you get points for people doing bad things?
No, that sounds retarded.
It's pretty cool. Like my friend.
It's like when Terrell goes out and gets drunk. Is that?
No. It's like for example, you pick a running back. You have to have nothing but starting players, but you get points based on them failing at stuff. So like if they fumble the ball, you get 2 points. But if they score a touchdown, you actually lose points. So it's like reverse. So you're like picking players you think will do bad. So that's
what I mean. In essence, you could just flip your bracket on your fantasy league, and whoever's in last place is actually in first place.
Kinda,
so what team do they support down here in Austin?
I can solve that problem.
Longhorns.
I can get a winning team in your little fail league instantly. I'll just go Cleveland Browns.
Wow. Hey, Cleveland's got Colt McCoy now.
I don't know. I'm not up on current.
Jordan Shipley, former UT wide receiver, is doing pretty good with the Bengals this season.
All right.
I'm so happy I can talk about sports on the podcast.
This is boring me to death.
Gus, I'm going to go back on your going back on the
I agree.
All right.
I tried. We'll talk afterwards, Gus.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like you should enjoy it for what it is, football or whatever sport you watch. Watch it because you watch it. You're with your friends, drink a beer, have some popcorn. Don't fucking get out a chart.
I always liked the Australian name for American football. Like, in Europe and everything, they call it American football. In Australia, they call American football gridiron. Which I think is
cool,
an awesome name for football. I think we should rename it to gridiron.
Like robots in gridiron.
I know, it sounds awesome. Sounds
like
we're in the future.
What was that robot video game where you built your own football team and they were robots?
Why? How can you even ask that question in this room? That's Cyberball.
Cyberball.
Sorry, dude.
The fucking nuclear ball that would blow up after a while.
That's right. It would go critical.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was fucking awesome.
Well, why is that not in the little arcade thing that you have in the office then? I'd like to play it.
Yeah, arcade thing's broken.
I know.
Why?
It also had a really specific 4-joystick console, right? The tournament edition of
Right.
Mm-hmm. Cyberball did.
Cyberball was an awesome game.
Here's a great trivia question. What was the year of Cyberball? Because
it was 2084, wasn't it?
I think you are correct.
Wow.
2084.
Or is that Robotron?
That was Robotron.
Look at that.
Oh,
no, I think
I'm old school.
Was it 2014? Cyberball 2014 or 2020?
So we only have
2088?
4 years to go?
That's right. And then we have
2072.
2072.
Okay, that seems plausible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's totally realistic. Stephen Hawking will tell you that.
Well, we do that with Murderball already, that just, like, they're actual dudes in wheelchairs.
Hey, weren't you telling me, Gus, the other day that Stephen Hawking has said that we are 200 years away from being...
That was on the podcast.
Yeah, we said that last Wednesday in Drunk Tank 75.
I was referencing it.
Cool. No need to go there.
Look at Mr. Teflon here. Deflection. That's good. All right, moving on.
Glad we talked about it.
So, yesterday, after putting out the fire at the new building, another thing that I tried to do was, because the power went out, they decided to change up the projects in the order they were going to work on them. So they said, Burnie, can you get the dishwasher for the new building? And I said, sure, let me just, I'm already out. Let me run out and get a dishwasher. Let me tell you something, and this is going to apply to none of you. If you want to get a dishwasher in one day, here, let's role play, Jeff, you and I.
All right, let's do it.
Do a little role play.
I'm actually...
You be me.
All right, I'm Burnie.
And I will be all the appliances stores in the city of Austin.
Okay.
And you want to get a dishwasher today. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Well, and I'm glad that you asked. I'm actually looking for a dishwasher for my business. We just bought a new building, and we're sick of washing dishes, so we'd like to I just want to run in real fast. The guys are ready to install it. Just pick up the dishwasher. Money is no object because I'm loaded.
When do you want it delivered?
I have a giant pickup truck. I can just have somebody throw it in the back of my truck right now.
Go fuck yourself, sir.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, we're done talking. Bye. No, seriously, I went to 1,000 places yesterday. I finally ended up at Lowe's where they had 6 dishwashers in stock. But everywhere was like, I'd call them on the phone. They go, yeah, we got stainless steel dishwashers. No problem. Come on in. I come in. It'll be 3 weeks for delivery.
3 weeks?
Home Depot was the closest. I think they were a week and a half out.
Can you just wheel it out yourself? I'll even buy the dolly in your store.
They would offer to sell me the showroom model. I'm not going to buy a showroom model dishwasher.
Yeah.
I'm going to put dishes
You
in.
don't know what people
Employees have been like washing their drawers in the store and that shit.
Or worse. You don't want any part of that. It's
washing their fleshlights.
Snotty kid in there.
Oh, yeah, fleshlight. Dude, and what is with Apple?
2 edits.
We actually stopped at the Apple store the other day, and what is with the fact that I don't think they sell any iPads, actually, with just Wi-Fi. I think that's bullshit. I think they're all Wi-Fi 3G. I think that model doesn't exist.
I have a Wi-Fi one.
I have a Wi-Fi.
Fuck you guys.
Snap.
I'm going home.
No, yeah, they all got Wi-Fi ones.
Every store I went to, they're like, no, we don't have that, but you can have the model that you'll never use for an extra $129. I'm like, thanks a lot. Then I get it, and they're like, 2 weeks ago, by the way, we stopped the unlimited plan, so fuck you on that front, too.
Oh, you have a 3G one?
Yeah. I have a 3G that's not activated because I didn't have anything. Couldn't find it.
Nice.
I went to 7 stores. I drove like 100 miles to get a iPad.
I bought mine on apple.com/store.
I'm getting really quiet.
I went to the Apple store and I said, hey, do you have iPads? They said no. I said, can I get on a list? They said, yeah. Then 2 days later, they called me and they're like, your iPad's here, sir. And I said, okay.
Okay, my point is kind of dead. It's not as good as Burnie's fucking washer story.
Sorry, the iPad wasn't a critical emergency. I didn't have a hot button situation.
But you didn't. The
point
is,
an iPad to be resolved. So I waited 2 days and I got
get
the one
it
I wanted. I didn't waste $129. I wasted 2 days.
So Burnie, you could wait a few days. What is the issue about needing to get it right away?
Because the power was out.
The contract
It was something that they could install then.
It's that chair, Gus. It's that chair, man.
It Gus.
It fucking got me started. I can't see you. I don't know what's going on back there, but it's making me angry.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Gus hates
It's just
me.
anybody sitting behind you makes you mad.
It's like I'm like something in my periphery's moving.
Absolutely, you know, I'm sitting in Gus's vision, and today we got to talk about sports, and he's yelling at Jeff. So
And you see, I'm always sticking with Jeff, and Jeff and I have direct eye contact.
that's what it is.
Look, he's been smiling this whole time.
Great.
I know Jack's not quitting the podcast.
No, man.
Well,
nothing been slammed.
Podcast isn't over yet. We'll see.
Well, I came into the office and I'm like, I'm the most watched user, and they're like, I don't watch you, douchebag. Get the fuck out. I mean, it was like, who are you? And Gus is the meanest person alive to me. I don't know why.
Well, you can't remember that I take half and half in my coffee. It's not my fault.
Yeah, he's like, be my intern. I'm like, my name's not Gavino. Oh snap, I love you, Gav.
Oh, did you guys see the new Drunk Tank animated adventures with Gav's headlight fluid story?
Oh, dude, that's classic.
I'm an idiot.
That's classic.
Might be the funniest moment in the history of the Drunk Tank.
Ripped from the Drunk Tank archives.
What episode was that? Do you know?
That I only know because it was in that video. It was Drunk Tank number 30.
Wow.
You can almost hear like the leopard's about to leap while he's talking.
I was trying to egg him on a little more.
We all got so quiet.
I was like, really? The headlight fluid, huh? I think Burnie just lost.
It was so hard not to laugh. It was like, oh man.
I'm a total dumbass because I didn't realize it. At first, I'm like, why are they getting on top of him? Like, it's headlight fluid. I bought it. I'm kind of dumb, too, apparently.
He said it very naturally that the headlight fluid got all over the stunt driver. My favorite part of that in the animation is he talks about the stunt driver burning his hands, and the stunt driver says, oh, my arms are all on fire. So calmly.
It's very British.
I've burned up all my arms.
That kid is great, though. Those animations are classic.
Speaking of British, did you see the new Wheatley trailer for?
Can we give a shout out to the guy who does it?
Jay or
Dan.
Jared.
Or is it Jared Dan 23?
Oh, yeah. Jared Dan 23.
Yeah.
On the site, he's Jared Dan 23.
You should watch that guy because he's funny.
Very funny.
But
I hear he's the new Jeskin.
Give him all your mod points.
Yeah,
they just released a new Portal 2 trailer with Stephen Merchant now does the voice of Wheatley. He replaced, was it an animator or someone?
Yeah, I think it was someone internal.
Yeah, it was someone internal that some British guy had him doing the voice, and then they replaced him with Stephen Merchant. Stephen Merchant is Ricky Gervais's writing partner.
I don't know who Wheatley is.
He's the new little character in Portal 2. If you haven't been watching the trailer,
Oh,
you
the
don't
side
know.
chick.
Yeah, he's like a little eye that sort of follows you around and helps you out and stuff. And he's sort of a comic relief.
He's like your friendly robot.
Yeah. So anyway, the new trailer is really, really cool. They show like an assembly being, or like the turrets being built.
Yeah, and then
really awesome.
And then they show a bit. They show the end of the new trailer is the same as the end of the old E3 trailer, but I guess now with Stephen Merchant doing some of the lines, and he changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really funny. Really
Based on what some people have told me about that with the painting that you do, it just none of it makes any sense to me.
Like, he means like the repellent paint, like the blue.
Oh, okay.
Goo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, the new stuff.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
It's crazy.
That must be a hard team to get people to join, to interview them. How do you qualify for being on the Portal development team?
You got to have like 4 PhDs, right?
Yeah, right.
You have to have built a rocket that went to space.
You have to
And 100 miles doesn't qualify as real space. That's low Earth orbit. Everyone knows that.
you have to draw them
This
a maze
interview is over.
in 1 minute. But I just got done playing. I just got done playing StarCraft 2, playing all the way through, and I actually played the last 4 levels on casual, just so I could get through the story as fast as I possibly could.
Because they were that good?
I came in, you saw me come in, I was showing you guys cutscenes from the game on Gus's Collector's Edition disc.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you already beat it?
Yeah, I'm done.
You bought the game like last week. Right?
Friday, I bought it Friday. I
It
played
only took a couple days to beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I took my time with
It's
it.
like a 12-hour game, right?
I also replayed
Yeah,
a few
like 12
levels to
hours.
get the achievements. So.
RTS is a weird genre because it can be a fucking grind when you
Yeah.
play it. Or you can just play the way I play, which is set up a bunch of bunkers and then build the biggest possible army of death behind it and then just roll through the entire map.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just the way, once you learn that strategy against AI, against campaign, that works fine.
Yeah, against AI on casual, that's a no-brainer.
Oh, on casual, you need like 5 units. You go through the whole damn thing.
Man, it took me a long time to beat the first level on Brutal.
You beat the first level on Brutal?
I beat the first level on Brutal.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
Fucking tough.
I've done almost all the first ones on Brutal now. I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only game for a month. I only play multiplayer for some reason. I don't even play a campaign.
That's so interesting to me. I would
kidding. I
never
played
set
it
foot in
hard, by the way.
multiplayer until I
Yeah.
finished the
No way.
campaign of a game.
And I hate multiplayer games because I hate little kids screaming in my ear from start to finish, but I can't really hear them in that game, so I just, I get to play in peace. It's kind of fun.
Hard as Brutal's bitch, Jack.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, hard was pretty difficult, so I can imagine Brutal's insane. Bernie, did you watch all the cutscenes of all the different people? Like, you talked to Tosh and Ty and all those guys inside? You went through all of them, like between every level?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I did.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think I missed everything, and it's also there's a mixture there of in-game cinematics and then cinematics,
Yeah.
which are their full CG cinematics. Holy cow, man! The people who do that. There's a cinematics team.
Is that Blur?
At Blizzard? No, they're internal to Blizzard.
Internal?
Yeah, they have a director and everything, and they do all their own stuff. Those guys are putting out, I think, the best stuff on the planet right now.
Dude.
I would rather watch a Blizzard cinematic than watch a Pixar short.
Dude, I watched that Betrayal level you were showing at your desk.
The one with
the Kerrigan flashback.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Gripping.
Well,
so good.
If we were looking at the collector's edition DVD, and I think if you watch all the cinematic cutscenes end to end, it's about an hour and 20 minutes of cinematic.
So it's a movie.
It's almost a movie.
Well, I mean,
it's a short movie.
They sold, 11 million copies so far. It's probably going to be a lot more. Obviously, the World of Warcraft. I mean, isn't that like a $50 or $60 a pop, like $600 million? So it's not like they're short on funds to hire talent, and they're becoming the sort of new movie studios. It's interesting.
Yeah, but it's groundbreaking to me.
Yeah, and it's a 12-year development cycle.
That's awesome.
Like the way Kerrigan looks in that, and the writing is great too. But the way Kerrigan looks in that cinematic, to me, that's as good as I want it to look. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Kerrigan, that character, she's one of the main characters in StarCraft. She had a great storyline in there, and she's probably the best version of that girl, that tough girl.
Right.
So many people try the tough girl thing, and it just like comes across as, she's perfect. Note for note, that's probably one of my favorite characters in anything is Kerrigan.
I looked up the voice actress who played Kerrigan in StarCraft 2, and it's Tricia Helfer.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I did not know that. She was Six from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh wow.
She was in ODST as well.
Mm-hmm. Dare, I think she was.
Yeah.
I had to look it up because I was thinking for a second it might be Jen Taylor. I knew that I knew the voice. I just didn't know how I knew the voice.
Jen Taylor does a lot of work. Obviously, Tricia Helfer didn't do the original StarCraft. I don't know who was Kerrigan's voice then.
Do you think
it was Nolan North?
She also did some stuff in C&C, right?
So do you guys think?
Yeah, she did. She did. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the actors will get eventually in time enough sort of credit for doing things like this? Because I think for a long time it's been looked down upon when an actor would do like a wing commander back in the days. That was like slumming it, And it seems like there's this.
I don't think it's like that at all anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying it's changing. I'm saying
definitely.
So you think that they'll get the same sort of like street cred that they do from like a major Hollywood release soon?
No, I think Jesse. I think you're right. They're disagreeing with you. I think you're right. I think it's still seen as slumming it.
You think so? Yeah. You think like Jack Black doing Brutal Legend was slumming?
I don't think people have put any value in that at all. I really don't. And I think the developers don't put a lot of value in it either.
I agree with that.
I mean, I see stuff where it's like, if that were the case, we would have voice actor stars who aren't famous already, right?
Right.
It's the movies and TV that make them famous.
I guess that's true.
I mean, we're not all jumping around because we met the voice of even Master Chief.
They're trying to get their game to ride on the other popularity, on the coattails of their other projects. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's like the video game is not what makes people famous.
Gotcha.
I mean, we're saying, do we think video games that real actors will get notoriety for being in video games? Like that statement in itself means that video games are not on the same level.
Okay. Yeah.
What about web content?
Excellent point.
Same thing, slumming it.
Who do we meet? We met the voice of Mario at a GameStop convention. That would be drop dead, dude. If you met Harrison Ford, the guy who plays Indiana Jones, you would talk about that for a month, and it was a novelty to meet the guy who does the voice of Mario.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about it, right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
What did he do Mario's voice in? What was the first one he did?
I think Mario 64 is the first time he talked, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. It's me, Mario.
Okay.
Wasn't it Pizza Mario? The first time he talked?
Pizza Mario? What?
Wasn't there a tech demo for the 64 that was Pizza Mario?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like a billion Marios on top of the pizza?
It was from,
It was like E3 2000? 1999?
We were there for that, I think.
It's funny you don't remember that because you told me about it. And I'm like, who the hell watches video game promotional stuff? Like, you guys would watch E3 stuff. And I'd be like,
hell yeah.
Who does that? Who looks at trailers for video games?
Internet visionaries, that's who. Fucking pioneers looking forward into the future.
And Gus was like, it was 2001. And Gus was like, I'm going to get on the Facebook account. You hear about the dude who's got the $3,500 check that could have him owning half of Facebook or more?
I thought it was more. That was like 85% or something.
It is 85%. You're right. It's most of Facebook.
Wow.
And he's got this check, and he's like some dude in upstate New York or something like that.
Yep.
Who paid Zuckerberg, or what's his name?
Mark Zucker, I think.
Zucker.
Isn't that one of the plots of The Social Network?
I think the main part of The Social Network, which is the movie coming out of Facebook, is that he stole the site from a popular club site at Harvard.
Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's Zuckerberg?
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg.
I really felt oddly like racist or something there. I was like, shit, did I stick a Berg on the end of the guy's name?
Mark Zuckerberg owns 24% of the company.
Who does?
Mark Zuckerberg.
He doesn't own that company?
Well, he's the largest stakeholder of it.
But he's the dude.
He's probably leveraged so much venture capital to get it going.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people have slices of that pie now, too.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I'm surprised he still owns 24% of that company.
24% is a lot.
How did this site go from just being like so small to humongous in like 2 years?
It's momentum.
Open
It's
API.
gravity. The more people are on it, the more people want to get on it.
To me, that was a longer one. To me, Twitter's the interesting one because it was like all at once. It just gets it gets mentioned a couple places at the same time or within the same window. And that's just enough spark. You know what I mean?
Like the turning point for that technology was Ashton Kutcher, which is unbelievable.
Well, the thing for Facebook where it hit like critical mass was they opened up their API, which nobody had really done at that point, and they let anybody develop apps for it, and people just went nuts for it.
I got to say real quick that 24% figures from 2007, December of 2007. So that probably has changed.
Could be old, yeah.
Is it? Do you think he now owns less or owns more?
I would say.
I'd say owns more.
There's a dude in upstate New York who says he owns much less.
Yeah. Well, how do you undo VC funding if this guy owns 85%? Does he own 85% of Mark Zuckerberg's percentage? Or does he own 85% across the board?
Yeah, my thought would be, since he got in so early, he owns 85%, and then any of the VC percentage comes out of the 15% that was left over to Mark Zuckerberg. So instead of owning 20% of the company, they own 20% of 15%.
So is this
3%?
Is this something that's going to go to court? Then?
It is in court.
It's in court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wish I could get in my DeLorean and go back and give this guy a check for $200.
Dude, I saw a DeLorean the other day downtown.
Yeah.
Driving around. It was just parked in next to somebody's house.
Those
Really?
things weigh like
Awesome.
12,000 pounds, don't they?
Silver DeLorean.
Yeah, they were pretty
just
heavy.
Like in the movie.
Yeah, but 6 of it's cocaine. Do you think anybody will get that reference?
Probably not.
The DeLorean went out of business because they were hiding cocaine in the production cars, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Now, how did they get out? They let a car off and somebody bought it filled with cocaine?
I don't remember how it
Jack,
happened.
you're on Wikipedia. I'm sure that's a reliable source.
Speaking of cocaine, Gus, you watch a lot of documentaries on Netflix. Have you ever watched Cocaine Cowboys?
No,
That is the
never
greatest
have.
film ever made.
It's a fantastic
Wow.
documentary.
I'm coming out with it with the documentaries. I mean, it's so sensationalized. I've seen this thing like 7 times. I went and they had a sequel to it. I looked it up, and I'm glad I'm not the only one out there. There's something about this. You kind of wanted to deal cocaine by the end of this movie.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm not
great.
trying to be like a proponent of it, but it's so sensationalized.
You're absolutely right. It's
I'll do that. Do cocaine.
Let's go buy DeLorean.
It's basically just the story of how Miami became a drug mecca. And how, like, until the drug scene in the 70s started, it literally was like it really was for old retired people.
Is it?
There was no property value down there. Nobody went
the
down there.
characters, like this lady who's like the godmother.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh, what a character! Like this woman who had everybody killed. She was merciless. I mean, she's better than Scarface.
Is
Yeah,
it on Netflix streaming?
Yeah, it's on Netflix streaming. I watched it just on a whim the other night. It
Sounds
I'll
awesome.
check it out.
It's very. He's right. It's very sensational too.
Yeah.
So it plays up to that. And it's fun.
Well, it's all
Fun-
about these
fun
guys who are getting over their heads, and they're so honest about what happened to them. They're talking about, I was buying buildings. I didn't even know what to do with it.
When
I
that
had
dude
money
was
in the
like,
backyard.
I had $50 million in property and $50 million in my checking account.
Jesus,
And
and
you're
you know,
like,
and the
and
most
this is like 85, and he had it all from cocaine.
crazy, and what's really crazy about it is that they say that Miami would not be where it is now as a city without that cocaine money.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too.
They
right?
funded all the development was the drugs.
Yeah,
So the skyline is like bought by cocaine.
So we can thank cocaine for Bad Boys 2.
absolutely.
yes, I think that's proper.
Thank you, cocaine.
You were just in Miami how recently?
A year ago.
About a year? See, I spent a lot of time. I'm from New York, so all my grandparents retired to Miami. And
That's a first.
I know, right? They were really pioneers. And so when I was going down there in like the mid 90s or in the 80s, it was that way where everything was either built in the 50s, like tiki bars, where you'd expect to see Frank Sinatra,
A lot of Art Deco shit.
on the marquee, and then everything was built in the 80s, like Seafoam Green and Flamingo Pink or whatever that is. You know? And so was it still like that at all? Or
There's all those buildings are still there, but now there's like the third tier, which is like sleek modern stuff.
the stuff they advertise in airline magazines?
Exactly. Yeah.
Celebrated living, an American way.
Right.
I love celebrated living. It's like the 10 blessed places to get a massage in Africa.
Celebrated living is the first class cabin magazine on American Airlines.
It's awesome. It's like, would you like to buy an island off of the Dominican Republic?
If you
there are several options.
If you're in Chicago and want a $400 steak, we've got you covered.
Yeah,
that's essentially
the top 5 $400 steakhouses you've never heard of.
Yeah, or the top 10 plastic surgeons in America.
It's all like the top 10 this, the top 10 that of the world, then of North America,
of stuff you'll never use.
Yeah, awesome.
Top 10 plastic surgeon, top 10 golf courses on the top of mountains.
And those gadget sections of those magazines where you can buy the paperclip that heats up or whatever the fuck it does.
That's Air Mall.
Air Mall. So in Air Mall,
Sky Mall.
no matter how many times I read this thing, it's probably the same items every single time. I think of it as like brand new inventions every time I go through it. I'm amazed. I won't spend a damn dollar, but I'm always like, I want that, and I want that.
That fucking Sky Mall is a cash machine for those people. Yeah, they're making those companies make so much money.
It's like sharper image in the air.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Dude,
yeah.
I want a hot dog toaster. That's all I gotta say. I see that in every freaking magazine.
They're innovative too. They I saw that they recently have unveiled in Sky Mall. They've unveiled a way where you can buy stuff from your mobile phone.
It's crazy.
I think like they walk you through like linking PayPal to your phone so that you can buy stuff. Like you text them the SKU of what you want and then you've got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to switch a little bit. I took JetBlue to get here, and I could not fucking believe that there was no Wi-Fi on board. Couldn't believe it.
JetBlue.
That is surprising.
They probably don't want that because they probably want you to use the DirecTV that's on JetBlue.
That's true.
But the DirecTV is free now on JetBlue.
It is free?
Yeah.
And the Wi-Fi is free in the airport, and they have plugging stations everywhere. It's really nice, and then I got on the plane, and I was offline.
Dude, there's no free Wi-Fi in the Austin airport, and that's...
Yes, there is.
It's the free public Wi-Fi?
Free public Wi-Fi, which I see everywhere.
Don't fucking use that.
Don't
fucking use that.
It's a little computer icon that says free public Wi-Fi. What is that?
Just take your credit card and put it on your forehead. It's a fucking honeypot.
What you do is, like me, you see I got my laptop here, right?
Yeah.
I'll take it, I'll connect it to the internet, and then I'll reshare that network connection I have, and I'll call it free public Wi-Fi. So whoever connects to free public Wi-Fi is using the internet through my laptop. So I'm capturing all the data. Everything you're doing on the internet is going through my laptop. Well, so I just write it all to my disk. Then I come 2 or 3 days later, pick up my laptop, take it home, and just look. Like, what did you log into? What are your usernames? What are your passwords?
In this scenario,
yeah,
you're not technically doing that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I hope you are. It sounds
you
awesome.
as a person, are not doing it.
No, I am not doing it. I'm just giving you an example. Or even better, you don't care about picking up the laptop. You just leave it there. It's a loss. And you just have it sending the data to a server somewhere else, and you just read it at
But that's what I've been logging in at the office here, free public Wi-Fi.
Kill you.
Have you?
Something called Gus's honeypot.
GusNet.
It's the fucking worst.
So let me ask you a question about that. So if I get on a web page, everything I send goes through many computers to get where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Everything I do. So if I get on a web page and I see that little lock, is there any idea that is actually encrypted between me and the website and all the computers in between don't know what the hell's going on?
If you check, yes, with an asterisk. If you check the security certificate and the certificate signed by a valid signer that you trust, then yes.
Okay.
There's a big problem right now where there's a lot of companies selling the security certificates that are pretty shady, and you don't know whether or not they're actually secure. So there's really only a couple of signers you should trust, like VeriSign, Thought.
Free public Wi-Fi?
Not free public Wi-Fi. VeriSign and Thought are the only two I can think of off the top of my head.
Fleshlight.com.
But it's crazy. You should be safe, though. Most banking sites, if you click on the lock, it'll tell you like who signed the certificate, where it's valid from, where it's valid to, and who you're really communicating with.
Okay, here's what I'm picking up from that. When you say yes with an asterisk means no.
No.
Yeah. That's what that means, right?
It's actually no. It's actually no with an asterisk. I said it backwards.
So what do you do for your Wi-Fi when you're traveling, Gus?
I avoid using it like the fucking plague.
Yeah, we have a funny story about hotel internet where somebody was sharing their iTunes library. Somebody famous, and it was at a convention, and they were in the same hotel on the same network, and you can browse their iTunes library, which was filled with a bunch of rape porn.
What? Yeah.
And it was although that would be a funny prank to put the famous person's names who you know is staying in the hotel.
Just share your computer as that name. Yeah.
And just defame them. That would be really easy, and everybody would fall for it, right?
Hell yeah.
Hotel internet's the only time I've ever been scared about getting my stuff stolen, like logging into a site that I thought was, the Wi-Fi for the hotel and was wrong. I was in Seattle for PAX, and I logged in, it was like Hotel Wireless, and it was like, all right, put in your name, your credit card number, I did it, and it was like, that may have been bad. And then I plugged into the local network, the actual like hardwire plug-in, and it was completely different. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I immediately called my bank and I was like, keep an eye on my account.
Yeah, if I'm gonna
keep an eye on my account, what bank do you have?
If I'm gonna use the internet at a hotel, I always make sure to look at the literature they have out.
Can you walk my dog later if you don't want to?
You know, who's the company, and if it's not out there, I'll call the front desk and be like, which network am I supposed to connect to, or you know, is there a plug in my room? That way they can tell me which is theirs.
Hello, thank you for calling back America. Hi, it's Jack. Sup, Jack? Hey, man, can you watch my account? You got it, bro. See ya. Click.
Don't worry, bud. We got your back.
We at the new office, we'll have the ability to set up VPN connections. So if you do connect anywhere in the world, you can tunnel back to our office internet and have a secure point-to-point connection from wherever you're connecting to the office, which is, of course, you have to trust me and trust our network at the office. Then, which is insecure.
That's a big leap.
I trust you.
Yeah. I'll
catch you, baby.
I don't even understand it, but okay, I believe it.
It's a dangerous world.
I had a conversation one time. I went to Vegas to. I met up with the guy who runs FARC. Drew was there, and we were in Vegas at the same time. And so I met up with him, and I forget we were at a table, and the dealer was shuffling, and so I pulled out my cell phone, and Drew, without even like picking his head up, he goes, "Don't want to use that." I go, "Oh, can't use it at the table." He goes, DEF CON is here this week, which is the hacker convention.
Oh,
and
shit.
one of the things they do at that convention is they just love to, in the city, try to pull out as much personal information they can from people's laptops in the city who are also tourists, and they post them up on the wall of shame.
They had a DEF CON this year. They had a presentation called "How I Met Your Girlfriend."
Oh God!
Where they gave a demonstration showing how using publicly available information and Google Street View cars and everything, how they could track where anyone lived. So it's like, they'd pick a person, and they showed a proof of concept, like they pick someone, and they're like, okay, this is your girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. She lives here.
I think that's how Batman caught the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Apparently, when there was that controversy about Google Street View cars also collecting Wi-Fi data,
right?
Part of that data they were collecting was the MAC address of the computer of those open wireless networks.
The only true unique identifier.
Right. So they found a way to get that data and then backwards map people's connections.
They backtraced it?
Yeah, they backtraced it. Consequences were never the same.
Called the cyber police.
And they were able to find people. It's a very limited scope that they can do this in, but they can do it to an extent.
I love it. I love that. It's actually that. There's some guy going, backtrace that. Enhance. Enhance.
Did you see the video from the Black Hat conference I guess a few years ago, where someone in the room was actually a reporter, and they figured it out, and then they called out this. I think it was a woman. They called out this woman in front of everyone in the middle of the convention. Like they had it was in one of the big, like, imagine like Gabe and Tycho in one of their panels, like one of the 5,000 people panels, and pointing someone out and basically saying, everyone go after that person right there. And the person, of course, walked away in shame.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
So
it was pretty great.
I was wrong, by the way. The How I Met Your Girlfriend exploit or demonstration was given at Black Hat, not at DEF CON.
Okay.
But very similar.
Yeah.
They have a hacking for dummies at Borders Bookstore.
I'm serious.
Really? I'm serious. Me and Jack walked past.
It'd be great if the first page was like entering in your personal information and sending it in.
Write your credit card on this page.
See, I'm actually nervous. I was going to make a joke about how did they identify her. They saw she was a girl. But I'm now scared for my bank account. It's like, wait a minute, that's not a kilt.
Awesome.
Did you see the guy who did the what is it, Social Security blocker thing that would post his own Social Security number? Got his identity stolen like 4 times.
12 times.
It was
12 times.
12 times.
I think he had to pay a fine to a regulatory organization because a false advertising.
Yep.
I think is what they said.
That's great.
Because he's the victim of a crime he had to pay?
Because he published as a part of the promotion, he would publish his Social Security number and say, it's impossible for you to steal my Social Security number. Here it is. And
it had been stolen 12 times, and he had
12
lost
times.
money.
Yeah.
But they would never talk about that.
Wow.
Yeah. LifeLock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'll be in the link dump.
And one of the guys who stole it was Justin Bieber, right? Not the story from last week.
Justin Bieber denial of service.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't talk about that in the podcast, did we?
Yeah, I think we said we didn't have a problem with Justin Bieber. I think is essentially what it came down to.
Stand-up guy. And anyway, we should probably wrap this up before we go too much longer. We've got a lot going on our plate today.
Okie dokie.
Anything else? Oh, don't forget, Red vs. Blue Revelation DVD, September 14th, along with The Recollection.
Available in fine stores everywhere.
We're also going to PAX next week, and we didn't talk about that.
Pre-order now.
We'll cover it next podcast, but we'll be there. Our panel is Friday, which I think is September 2nd. 3rd?
Yeah.
At 1 p.m.
Yeah.
We have a
In the
lot of
main
stuff to
theater.
show. A lot of stuff to show.
And
And
keep
the
in mind,
reason...
the main theater is a separate building this year. It's not in the same theater. It's been in the last 4 or 5 years.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's off-site.
It's a 5-minute walk from the convention center.
So they moved the main theater?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking lame. I mean, hey. Really?
But it's a great block that we're in, though. It's opening, keynote, Penny Arcade Q&A, and then us. So.
We're very
Warren-
proud to be
Warren
there.
Spector.
Yeah.
So don't ever walk back to the convention center. Just hang out there.
Just spend the first few hours of convention at the main theater.
Yeah.
And then come see us at the booth afterwards, booth 571.
Yeah.
That's really
I bet a lot of
interesting.
people are going to do that, actually. They're going to pull the Comic-Con thing where you just kind of stay there.
Ugh. Gross. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone.
Bring it on,
Thank
suckers.
you.